Hello and welcome to Asia News Today, final time for the week. We've got new digital currency options emerging in Southeast Asia, a provocative ICBM test in North Korea, Tesla dropping plans for a factory in Indonesia, and a report out today about a special hit squad in Myanmar organised by the Burmese Junta to target protesters. All that and a lot more in today's Asia News Today. North Korea has fired its first intercontinental ballistic missile in more than 4 years. Well, that's what Japan's Defence Ministry is calling it. The suspected ICBM flew to an altitude of 6,000 kilometres and a distance of just over 1,000 kilometres, flying around 70 minutes before splashing down in waters off Japan's western coast yesterday. The provocative test was North Korea's 11th for the year, the last one on March 16, which appeared to have failed just after launch. Analysts are saying that yesterday's test could be the longest range missile yet fired by North Korea. Japan's Vice Defence Minister says the missile's high altitude suggests it's a new type of ICBM and a problematic sign that North Korea is closer to developing weapons capable of reaching as far as the US. The US has now joined its allies South Korea and Japan in strongly condemning the launch and test, and is calling on North Korea to refrain from further testing and destabilising the region. According to analysts, the recent spate of North Korean missile tests suggests the country's leader, Kim Jong-un, is attempting to show that Pyongyang remains a player in the struggle for power and influence, especially in the region where it borders China, South Korea and Russia. A human rights group is accusing Myanmar's military chief of creating a special gang of snipers to target unarmed protesters. The Shoal Centre and Fortify Rights say the special militia was formed to quell targeted protest groups and create a climate of fear. The report is titled "Nowhere is Safe." In preparing the report, the group investigated leaked documents and 128 testimonies from survivors, medics, witnesses and other former military and police in the year of violence in Myanmar since the coup that ousted the elected government. The researchers say they had access to verified internal memos to Burmese police ordering them to arbitrarily arrest protesters, activists and members of the previous ruling political party. The report identifies 61 military and police commanders who, the report demands, should be investigated for crimes against humanity. The report alleges that at least 6 of those people are currently serving military or police, including a colonel and 2 majors. The report also alleges that the Burmese junta chief personally set up the elite sniper squad and was run by 4 of his top generals. Fortify Rights is an NGO based in Southeast Asia and funded by donations from Europe, Asia and the US. Singapore says they're set to end most of the COVID-19 restrictions starting as early as next Tuesday, as the island nation evolves from a pandemic to an endemic response. The Singaporean PM says the change is part of Singapore's learning to live with COVID instead of trying to eliminate it. He said yesterday, "Our fight against COVID-19 has reached a major turning point. We will be making a decisive move towards living with COVID-19. PM Lee says Singapore will remove its outdoor mask mandates, social gathering limits will increase from 5 to 10 people, large event capacity limits will be increased, and more people will be encouraged to return to their offices, but face mask wearing will still be required indoors. Travel restrictions are also being heavily modified starting April the 1st. Vaccinated travellers will be able to enter Singapore without quarantine, and the COVID test on arrival will also be scrapped. Pre-travel tests will also be removed for people entering at land borders, but will still be required for those entering by air or sea. PM Lee encouraged people to go back to living normal lives, but also warned Singaporeans not to throw all caution to the wind.
You love the Thaiger. Now subscribe to our new YouTube lifestyle channel, Bounce.
Thailand's food, travel, challenges, and just about anything that isn't news. only on Bounce. Link in the description below.
Floating bricks have been found floating off northern Philippine waters, but the bricks were found to be compressed cocaine. Filipino anti-narcotics agents claim that at least 5 of the rather expensive bricks, with an estimated street value around US $570,000 each, were found by local fishermen floating off the waters of Cagayan province. All the bricks were found wrapped in sealed plastic, including copious amounts of packaging tape and black rubber bearing the logo of a Colombian football team. Lab tests have now confirmed the initial suspicion that the packs were high-grade cocaine. But it's not the first time loose packages of cocaine have been found by fishermen in Filipino waters. In 2019, cocaine bricks valued around 20 million US were found by fishermen in 3 separate incidents. US electric vehicle manufacturer Tesla is not going ahead with a factory in Indonesia as negotiations with the government failed over, among other things, terms relating to the supply of raw materials to make power generators and storage batteries. Senior Indonesian officials had earlier said that Tesla was keen on setting up a plant to manufacture energy storage systems. Tesla currently has factories building components in the US, China, Germany, and Canada. Following news that Thailand has now outlawed the use of cryptocurrencies to pay for goods and services, but still allowing trading, central banks in several Southeast Asian and other Asian countries say they're now exploring the use of digital currencies to improve payment efficiency and encourage startups and e-commerce in the region. Benedict Nolans, the head of the Hong Kong Centre for the Bank of International Settlements Innovation Hub, says that Southeast Asia has seen a lot of digital payments and e-commerce startups. The Hong Kong Monetary Authority, the city's de facto central bank, has also been working with the People's Bank of China and counterparts in Thailand and the UAE on a project called mBridge to establish a digital settlement platform. And in Singapore, the central bank there has teamed up with central banks in Australia, Malaysia and South Africa to explore Project Dunbar, which will develop platforms for cross-border settlement of different digital currencies. Well, that's the end of a big week in Asia news today, looking at news from around the region, mostly Southeast Asia and Northern Asia. We do this Monday to Friday, so I'm going to have a couple of days off, and we hope you do too. Have a fantastic weekend from all of us here. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back with another Asia News Today on Monday.